I mean, it dwindles into all societies basically, but if you look at statistics, it's the black community, the Hispanic community that we have to be concerned about. So I hope that I impress upon people today that take a look at your life, take a look at yourself in the mirror. You know, either you like what you see or you don't like what you see. And if it's weight, I mean, a beautiful woman can be a 12, 16, 18. But if that woman has a thyroid problem and she can't get down to being skinny, it's not about being skinny. It's about being healthy. So we have to make some really great choices in selection of our foods. We have to decide what's important, dying from obesity or having diabetes or heart conditions or making better choices in our life. I hope with the grace of God, I'm going to be here for a long time. And the only way I can probably counteract what God's going to do is by making better choices in what I eat and put in my body.
Well, let me ask you this here, Leslie. With a busy society today, I mean, even me, the Reverend, sometime, I go grab one of them big old hamburgers from one of those places. The other day, I had a chicken thaw. Now, that's the one I was going to cook last night, and everything was stress hit me. And had a hunger attack. I get those hunger. I don't know whether it got something to do with weightlifting or what. I get hunger attacks. I'm on 78 fighting off. Other day I fighting off 78 and couldn't get off, and there were, long and behold, we was in a traffic jam, and a deer come rolling by and everything, a deer and everything, and then there you go, a deer, and I don't know, I got that look on, my great granddaddy, he was one of those what they call nomads, and I guess he must have took many deers down, because I had my axe. If 10 wind didn't say that the traffic was going to move, I probably would have taken that deer down. But now, how do we balance society in society today? Because cooking a meal today is a lot of work. How do we do this thing today and have healthy choices and everything?
Well, it's not so much the work, it's just making the time, setting priorities in your life, because you don't have to cook a lot of food to eat healthy. I mean, you can have a bowl of Kellogg's Special K with fruit, if I'm allowed to say that. You can have 4 boiled eggs and throw away the yolks with some whole wheat toast. It's simpler than ever. I think years ago, moms used to cook. I mean, you had the soul food layout, fried chicken, candy yams. I don't see too many women doing that traditionally anymore because women have to work.
Yes.
And so I think it's so simple to put a roast chicken in the oven and take the skin off of it, bake some sweet potatoes, throw some broccoli in a pot and steam it. That's easier than what we were brought up on.
Sure.
So I don't understand why. I guess I do somewhat because, like I said, there's a lot of single moms out there. There's a lot of one-parent family, and it's so hard to be a working-class mom and come home and cook and maintain the children. It's hard, but it can be done.
You mentioned when I was at your gym last week, because last week we dedicated an hour or 50 minutes from the church of what's happening now, and those for the viewers that's listening in. My sermon was surrendered to health last week, and we're probably going to do that every other month and everything come September. Leslie, you talked about there was a friend of yours, or someone that came to the gym that was a great amount of weight, and then they lost 150 pounds. Can you elaborate? Are you allowed to elaborate?
Oh, yes, I can. She didn't want to come today. She's kind of like a shy lady. It's
Sure.
Marion Gower. I would say she was brought to me maybe 3 years ago, and she didn't come willing. She came kicking.
Okay.
Because there was appointments made that she didn't make. And then one day, by the grace of God, I ran into her at a Hosteen's ice cream parlor with the friend that was very dear to my heart, who was in immaculate condition. And she introduced her, and she picked my brain for 1 hour over an ice cream soda.
Sure.
And I was with my granddaughter at the time. And after which, the next day she came in and she signed up. That was her new adventure, because from that day on, she changed her eating lifestyle to 5 mini meals a day. She worked out 3 times a week, rotating days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay.
And because of the weight factor, we had to go very slow. But a year later, she was down 150 pounds.
Wow.
Hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. And today, I mean, she had a car accident.
Oh,
She
I'm
gained
sorry.
some of the weight back.
She had an accident actually today?
No, this is about
Oh.
a year ago.
Okay.
She left her car in neutral and it rode over her leg, so she was home and she gained some weight back. So we're back on the journey. But
Okay.
that's okay because I told her there's no time like the present. And the way you started out is the way you finish. So the way you set your goals and you ate differently, all we have to do is get back on track.
Let's talk about. I visited the facility. In fact, I was rolling. I hope that you guys had got here a little earlier because I was actually rolling the footage that we have from that we got from the facility last week. And let's talk about your gym. Let's talk about the personal training side of what you do. Now, for the viewing audience, where's the gym? The gym is located
Yes,
there.
it's in Bloomfield, New Jersey, on 17 James Street. Very easy to get to. It's right down the street from Bloomfield College and adjacent to the Bloomfield High School football field called Foley Fields. Our working hours are 5 a.m. in the morning to 9, Monday through Friday, 8 to 3 on
5
Sunday.
a.m. to
9 p.m.
9 p.m. That is.
Mhm.
Okay.
And 8 a.m. to 3 on Saturdays, no Sundays.
Okay.
That's a family day.
Yes. Let me ask you. And you have many trainers.
Yes,
And how many trainers do you have?
I have 4.
Yeah, because we interviewed
Just Darryl, because Jermaine.
Dow James.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we have him on the video also. And is there a payment plan that they could sign up for, or how is that?
You know, I opened the gym through the grace of God, and I always say anyone can come and work out. We'll work it out for you.
Okay, that's a wonderful thing. And is there now? I met one young lady that said that she was on her second session,
Yes.
and now what did that exactly mean? Because I didn't know.
Well, they signed up for monthly packages, so she finished one monthly package.
Oh, okay.
So she was starting another monthly package.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
And then what we do, when you first come in, we do a fitness assessment where we do their body fat, blood pressure, flexibility testing, cardiovascular testing, find out if there's any risk factors prior to training them. And if indeed there are 3 risk factors, we need a clearance from the doctor.
Okay.
We-
And what would be those risk factors?
high blood pressure, diabetic, heart condition.
Okay. And all right. How long are the sessions?
It depends on the individual. Like Marion, she started with 30 minutes.
Okay.
She came from the deconditioned market, never worked out before. There are people who start with an hour.
Sure.
Some people start with 15 minutes. And we are able to assess that when we do the personal consultation.
Me and you talked about those that was beginning, and we were saying that if you done 10 minutes just walking on the treadmill,
You'll start to see some results. It's
we'll
a
start
slow
to see.
start.
Yeah.
Because you remember, you're taking a person who's sedentary, Pastor Zach, and you're throwing her into a new place in her life. She's coming from the deconditioned market to a health and fitness market.
Okay.
So our body is physically crying now for internal massaging. So when she comes into the facility, she's in a window of opportunity.
Sure.
Most men and women that come in to train and they've never done anything, the first 12 weeks they usually lose 1 dress size. That's assuming that they're eating right and locking into their commitment. So you can't come in 1 week and miss the next. You're throwing away your money.
Sure.
And honestly, our facility want diehard clients because those are the clients who are our walking advertisement.
Sure.
You know, we don't want you to come and waste your time or your money, and we don't want to waste our time.
I think that one of the things that kind of puzzle people with getting started in exercising is actually just doing just that. How do you get started? You know, when you come from a world that I remember 1980 when I first started exercising and really taking it serious. You know, that was I tell you that March. Well, it was only 6 days left in the March. I started the 25th, but I would say it kind of wore on me. I had to really get used to it, and then the sweat that you're gonna. And it was winter back in those, you know, in the 80s, in the early 80s when we had a winter. Now I mean the winter it is what it is. You
Right.
know, maybe 90 degrees, you know, tomorrow, but when we had a winter back in those days, it was really a winter, and I remember sweating so hard, you know, and just working out and everything. But at that time, we didn't use words like stress. And we're using these words today, you know what I mean? And it's a good thing because I learned as I got older that I wasn't just doing it, I was not doing it just to look good, but to feel good inside.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when I'm working out, I feel good, to release.